My name is Dave Nelson. I'm a photographer for Transworld Surf magazine. I like to shoot a lot of water shots and a lot of flash gear and stuff like that. I started shooting a long time ago just for fun, and then mainly my friend Tony Roberts got me into it, got me into shooting, and I watched him shoot a lot, learned a lot from watching him. I kind of was more shooting with TR as a skater, and he was shooting, and then got into the both surf and skate photography at the same time. My favorite conditions to shoot in would probably be front lit, beautiful blue barrels, like 6 to 8 feet, bluest sky ever, crack of dawn, big double up blue barrels. I also like to shoot in flash conditions, which means lots of clouds, beautiful sunset, or a beautiful sunrise if you can get the surfers up in time. I have an assistant that swims out with me, and he sits like kind of in the flats of the wave with the slave, and then the guys do their action move by me or get barreled by me, and then the slave comes either through the lip if they're in the barrel, or it shines off the wave and it lights the whole front of the wave up. Going to Indonesia and places like that where it's predominantly lefts and I'm a goofy foot, and I'd have to watch just perfect macaronis or the hole or ulus, any of those spots, and I'd have to shoot the whole time. It was pretty tough. I still got to surf, like at least a couple times per trip, so it was cool because I was getting paid and I got to surf perfect waves. Transworld covers. First cover. I've had a couple sketchy things happen in my career where once here up north a shark was out there when I was out there and someone saw it and we just swam for the beach. I've been landed on a few times. I've been hit in the barrel, and I've also hit somebody in the barrel. We got surrounded by a group of guys at Moss Landing one time. There was probably they were all down there on cell phones and calling each other, and 30 of them showed up and surrounded 5 of us, and they're just beat it, and trying to rip my housing out of my hands. And we said, hey, you know what, you can have your fucking clothes out, dude. Just whatever you do, don't come up to Santa Cruz. My worst calls were out at Pipeline, just getting thrown over the falls and hitting the reef. I broke my housing in half. One wave that Garrett McNamara took off on behind Raymana, and he just pulled into the barrel 30 feet back behind Raymana, who was also in the barrel at the same time, and just stood there backside, just biggest wave ever, the hugest barrel, and he just got engulfed by a huge resurgence coming out of the barrel, and I thought he was dead for sure. I was the last holdout on film, and my boss at Transworld said, hey, you can shoot film as long as you want, because your results are good and we like what you do with film, and everybody else is shooting digital, so it'd probably be cool to and then a year went by and they called me up and they said, hey, you know what, we changed our mind, you gotta go digi. I like the look of film a lot. It just you can get cartoon colors and different, depending on what exposures you're shooting at, you can get real nice shadows and stuff like that, where it's really hard to reproduce that digitally. But I have to say the new digi cameras they're sharper than medium format. Stick with it and shoot as much as you can, and try to shoot different angles and do something different than what everyone else is doing, because anyone can stand on the beach with a 600 and rattle off a million photos and get a good one, but in order to get something really unique, you have to pretty much get in the water.